Testing. Oh, there it is. My mic was muted. Sound. Chat volume. My voice chat volume is turned up, so I should be able to hear you. Oh, okay, no problem. You just happen to be... Oh. Oh, corn? Oh, awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I'm about to do some teleporting around and testing the spawn system for NPCs, puppets, animals, so forth, and see what actually is going on, because some people are saying they're not seeing any puppets at all. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's a hard balance. Oh, you've maybe 4 total? That's not many. Oh, NPCs, okay. No puppets at all, huh? Yeah, I'll have to see what's going on. I'll try to test it out. I've got I don't know if you've got what your display setup is like, but I've got a stream going for this. So after the stream is done, I can import it to YouTube, and then people can see what I'm seeing on the server. Do you usually run the game with VSync on? Because I find that I have to keep turning VSync back on in this game and to prevent the screen tearing. Oh, it basically like aligns, I think, all the rows of pixels on your screen so that it doesn't look like 2 pages that are tearing in two. But it produces some lag on the display just getting all those pixels aligned. So it's just, I think VSync stands for vertical synchronization. Yeah, if you ever see the tearing where it looks like almost like a VHS video feed that isn't, where the picture isn't quite aligned across the whole screen, kind of looks like that. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the corn. So it looks like right now there are 4 in this town. But they've spawned some distance away. That's pretty close there. So they've spawned on the far side of the town, which is about what I've got it set at right now is 200-meter minimum spawn. So they spawn on the other side of the town, and then you wouldn't see them unless you went to that side of the town, or you made some noise that brought them in, I guess. What am I caught on? Let's see, I can map teleport. And let's see, heard a town north of their base, so they're talking about this one, I think. I don't have a jacket on. Shouldn't be too warm. It's probably because I'm encumbered. This character can't really carry much. Like if I carry the supplies I need, it tends to put me right at the point where my carrying capacity is at its limit. And I guess it's because I'm 50 years old and my character, and I think he's got like a 2.5 strength. Let me see, 2.6. So I'm not seeing any. Hold up. Show zombie location. I might have to do this every time I teleport? I don't think so, though. So I'm not seeing any spawning in here. Well, this is new. I don't think this was here before. Oh, okay. So we just had a bunch spawn in the police station when I wasn't looking. Oh, and there's some way over there spawned in. Is there someone over there? There's no one over there. So there's puppets spawning in. That's got to be way over 200 meters, I would think. But that's not really doing the player in this town much good. Alright, I'm gonna go up to the snow a bit. Oh, is that the jack-o'-lanterns again? Try the lumber mill. A lumber mill is to the east. Okay, so yeah. So we've had some spawn in. Looks like 2 of them. Unless they're overlapping. This looks really close. Is he in this rock? What is that? Oh, he's right there. It doesn't look like it activated a horde. Where was he? Oh, right here. Alright, we're gonna try something here. So there's no one else here to hear the explosion, so I guess it didn't trigger a horde. So what does that look like in the server settings? It's under Encounter Horde. Encounter character respawn time multiplier. I can turn that down. I think that takes effect immediately. So hordes. So horde activation chance multiplier, I turn that down to 50% or half of the chance that a horde will get activated. And I did that because I was seeing videos where it seemed like it was just horde after horde after horde, and it wouldn't stop. And the players just can't keep up with that. They run out of ammo, they run out of meds. Encounter horde noise check cooldown multiplier, so this checks whether the player is making enough noise to trigger a horde. It checks it less often. Encounter horde spawn distance multiplier, I pushed that quite a ways out because it seemed like hordes were still spawning in pretty close. And I like it to look like they're running in from a good distance, the way it used to be. Encounter horde group refill time multiplier. That's the multiplier for the time to refill the horde group. And I've got that set to 6. I don't know. I could try turning that down. These multipliers, you don't know what the base figures are that you're multiplying. You know, you've just got to like feel it out, you know, while you're playing the game. Get some kind of like intuitive sense of what is going on. Encounter horde puppet horde activation scream chance override. So when a puppet screams, that's the chance it may activate a horde. So I turn that down to 50%. And so I think there are more. I guess all the horde settings are at the top. So that's what the settings look like for hordes right now. We got any more here? No, it doesn't look like it. Am I... forgot the frickin' button for... Is that it? Then... So I'm on semi now. Okay. Alright, let's teleport somewhere else. Map. Teleport. And... where's that? There's a town up here somewhere, right here. We'll take a look at this one. Okay, so headed west. Now I'm feeling chilly, so gotta put this on. I'm not sure I'm crazy about how many things are in English, how many signs are in English now versus Croatian. It it just feels like they made the game more generic or something. I mean, maybe there are lots of English signs in Croatia, but you know, it's not hard to see that that's a bus stop. You know, we didn't really need you to spell it out for us, but not seeing any puppets here so far. Wow, those windows look really dark on the school. But it gets easier to see in the closer you get. Huh. Now I'm kind of wondering if more puppets will spawn in if I drive a vehicle through the town and make noise that way. See, I'm not seeing any puppets spawning here. I like the different colors of paint jobs they put on some of the buildings to mix it up. Okay, so I didn't see any puppets spawn in that unless I've got to show zombies location. Yeah, I don't. Oh, there's some. Did I type it in wrong, or they just spawn in just now? So it looks like there's about 3 on the other side of the town. I shouldn't need to type this every time. I see 2 so far in this town. So, is that one out? No. So yeah, just 2. So, what are we looking at as far as NPCs? So, I actually increased the max allowed characters to 130 because it seemed like the puppets were a bit thinner. And so I've got it max allowed puppets 60, max allowed animals 60, because I try to get more animals, but try as I might, it seems like with each update there are fewer animals in the world. Max allowed armed NPCs 7, so that's 7 for the whole map. So if you got 3 players, then each player might get 2 NPCs at a time, roughly. Or maybe 2 of them will get 3 at a time, and 1 gets 1. I don't know. But I don't want, like, NPCs to be like a constant barrage on the player, because they should simulate how often you might see players on, you know, maybe like a server with 40 players on it, and when that's the case, you might see a player like once every hour or so. You know, and that could be a player group too, but I've not met too many player groups on official servers myself, but I haven't gone base raiding either, so so there's just 2 in this town apparently. So I'm gonna go back to teleport. I'm gonna go back to my vehicle. Because I want to drive around and I want to see how many animals are actually spawning in. And all of a sudden I'm not so encumbered anymore. That's so weird. How's this looking? Pretty sure that wasn't like that before. Okay, so I'm going to show zombies location false, show animals location true. So we're going to see if we can find some animals just spawning randomly. So if I look back that way, I don't see any. Now one thing I can do is I can do this. Are the reflections in the water looking better? See, I have animal spawn weight. Set higher for animals, if I remember correctly. Animal world encounter spawn weight multiplier. I have it set to 3 times, but I'm not even sure animals even do spawn in anymore randomly. And when they do, it always seems to be small ones like chickens or rabbits. Oh, there's one. How far is that? It's a chicken. Dang it. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's still standing. Looks like the colors are brighter. So yeah, that's the maze. Is this the way to go? So far we saw one chicken. Is it just me, or does everything look like it's drawn better than it was before? Wait a second. Where's the haze? Is there as much haze as there used to be? Yeah, I mean, you're not really getting... Do I have a binocular? I don't have a set of binoculars on me. I mean, look at that. If there's blue haze, it's like probably 400 to 600 meters out there. This is looking a lot more like old SCUM. Of course, it could be, you know, there's just no haze or fog at this time of the day. But it's looking gorgeous. Look at the reflections. Have I just not been in the game for a while and really been appreciating it, or does it really look better? Of course, I think I turned up some settings that I had turned off before, like distance shadows, I think. Again, I might be confusing that with Armor Reforger. animals here. Yeah, this looks... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm hallucinating, but this just... To me, this looks better than the last update. Any animals? That's not where I thought I was. Okay, so at what is it, 80, I set it to 80 max allowed animals with a 3 times spawn weight for animal world encounters. We got 1 chicken. So I guess if I had it set to normal, we'd get just a drumstick. That's just pathetic compared to old SCUM. It's just pathetic, man. I mean, what are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me that a bear is more taxing on a server than a single puppet? So, like, why would you so drastically curtail the number of animal encounters when they add so much to the gameplay? They make the world feel more alive. So anyway, let's try, let's see, show animals. Let me see what the other, make sure I didn't miss anything. Show vehicle, I don't need that. Armed NPCs, other player locations. Don't really need that, because I already get that from some other commands. So we're going to say show animals location false, and then we'll say show armed NPCs location true. Let's see what this looks like. I don't know why this pattern looks more floral all of a sudden, but anyway. did get that right? Armed NPC location visualization set to true. Okay. Dude, this build, I don't know if it's the recent graphics driver I installed or which I tend to keep my drivers up to date, but oh, and armed NPCs just spawned in right there in that building. Well, they should take it. Oh, they were shooting at the puppets. But this is running really well on my card right now. And I've just got a GTX 1080 card. I thought I had a 1080 Ti, but it tells me that it's a GTX 1080. So, for those of you crying for optimization, I'd say this is pretty damn optimized. At least graphically speaking. You know, when you have more players on a server, that should primarily be a demand on your network connection and your CPU, not your GPU, unless all of those assets are on the screen at the same time, which even in a game like Counter-Strike, that's not going to be the case. Hold up a second, I want to see something here. Server settings. the minimum now? Did they increase these? I mean, you don't really want your minimums that much higher. It's really these that you want higher, but they won't go higher. So no NPCs in that town. Look at that view. I love that. Oh, look at that tree. I don't remember seeing a tree that looked like that before. This is primo real estate right here, I tell you. Look at this. do that. And see, that's one of the things that gets me. Like, okay, you can render a tree that far away, but you can't render a puppet at 600, 800 meters. I can even see the blades turning on the wind turbines from here. Damn it. Shit. NPCs there. Do I still have headlights? Can't tell. I think I might have bashed them. Damn it. I don't know why they don't give you an option for some kind of armor on the front for the Leica. Anyway, so that's my run. There's one more setting I can check that might help. Let me see. There's something about cooldown here somewhere, I think. Counter virtualized time override for being destroyed on every counter in minutes. No, I like that. Activation global encounter global zone cooldown multiplier. Zone cooldown multiplier for. I'll try turning that down to 2. I had set it to 3. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream here and export this to YouTube, and you guys can take a look at it. You know, it's like the server settings seem to be like just suggestions to the server, right? They don't they don't seem to be hard rules all the time. Like when you had those puppets spawning like way out there when the maximum distance was supposed to be like 220 meters, and then you could set the animal spawn weight to 3 times and set the maximum number of animals to 80 on the server, and then you get 1 chicken. You know, so it seems like the game just kind of does what it wants to do and doesn't really pay attention to the server settings all the time. So I just do what I can do, and the game, beyond that, the game and whatever code the developers have put into the executable takes priority over whatever settings I can set, I guess. I don't know.